with Sakhe, and we are live on our YouTube and also on our Facebook page with regards to Music Monday. As I mentioned earlier on, she is not a stranger to CCFM 107.5. Jenna Northwood is back to chat about her music journey, though, and of course, new music. Good morning, Jenna. How are you doing?
No, great, thanks. And you, Sakhe?
I am good. I am good. How's the weather down in Dubai?
Well, it's warming up here. The kids and I have just got back from 2 weeks in South Africa, and we're
Yeah.
missing it terribly already. Love Dubai, but we're missing our homeland.
Yeah, sure. Now, Jenna, you are one woman who wears many hats, right? Amongst other things, you are an author, and today, though, you are rocking the singer-songwriter hat. Are you generally a creative person?
I am creative. I love being creative, but
Uh-huh.
enough, I actually studied science, not the creative arts.
Yeah.
But it just that's incredible how God is. How He qualifies us to do whatever He calls us to do. And I think it's awesome when we walk in those places where He calls us and we see Him work because He gives us something or He downloads into us. And then we just know it's Him because you just know it's,
Yeah.
yeah, He just takes you to do great things. And it's awesome walking in that. And in the creative side, I've seen Him work more than anywhere else in my life because He just
Mhm.
downloads these incredible books or songs. And I'm like, wow, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I feel like I can totally relate to you because if you were to ask my peers in high school, even in primary school, I was that young girl back in the class. Whenever it will be time for oral, I would be shaking in my boots. And here I am doing radio, live radio, So
Yeah.
He knows what He's doing. He knows what He's doing with our lives. Now, take us back, Jenna, to when it all started for you musically and also why you decided to use music as another method or tool to encourage people.
Well, I come from a family of musicians. And again, that's where God just, where it's Him because I'm not the best musician in my family.
Uh-huh.
We do all play the piano. So I do play the piano, and that's my main instrument of writing my music. But in
Yeah.
comparison to the other members of my family, I am by no means the most gifted or the best at all. Um, but so coming from a musical family, we love singing. It's part of what we do if we are at a birthday celebration, a family dedication, we will sing. And that's how we communicate to one another. So it's just in my blood to sing. And,
Mm.
and I think for anyone, whether you come from musical or not, that place of worship is such an incredible place to be and singing to God. It's just how He moves in our hearts, in our lives, in our spirit when we sing. It's just incredible. And for me, in times, especially of times in desperation, where I sit at my piano, my soul sings more than my mind or my thoughts. It's my
Yeah.
soul singing. And that's where so many of these songs have come. It just flows. And yeah, and just I'm blessed by music, and my
Yeah.
prayers others are blessed from my songs too. That God can use the songs to encourage them.
Yeah. Now, speaking about the flow, talk us through your writing process. I'm pretty sure it is different for every singer, songwriter. Talk us through your process. Is it a routine or you sometimes break away from routine? Talk us through that.
So it's interesting because every single one works a little bit differently, but similarly in the same time. So some of them just come in the most bizarre, interesting places. Walking my dog, and it's just a thought will come, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, yes, yes. And then voice memos on my phone is what I use. And as that melody and words come, I record them on the phone. And it's interesting. I've shown my kids some of the voice recordings from that was what mommy had on the walk this morning. Came back to my
Wow.
piano. This is what I wrote. And then there's the end result. And it's amazing to
Wow.
see how God
Sure.
uses that just. And I think it's just when you get those downloads that God gives all of us in whatever sphere we're working in, is to record it there and then because it comes and then you later think, what was it again? It sounded great, but now I'm
Mm.
not doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I love that. Now, I know that, your songs are doing amazing on Spotify. I had a young listening session over the weekend. And one of your songs in particular, Leave a Legacy, is doing phenomenally great. But for today, I want us to shift our focus rather to a song titled I Trust You. What is the backstory behind that song or the inspiration of it?
So yes, okay. So that was the last one I released, which was on Friday of my
Yeah.
10 songs in the album. And I Trust You is so we all walked the road of COVID and the impact that it had on all of us. And for myself and my family, my husband lost his job during COVID, and we were in Dubai, and then he lost his job, and we returned back home to South Africa. And just in that, it was such an unknown season because my husband couldn't go into his profession again. There was no opportunities there, and everything was dark and unknown. And a lot of these songs come from that season of just saying, I'm going to trust you. I know what you're doing. I can't see it, but I'm going to trust you in the storm, that I know it's all going to be okay. So a lot of my songs are from that place, and I Trust You is from that. And just to keep standing on his word and keep standing on the promises he's given us, and the specific promises he's given each one of us in those hard times, to not lose the hope and the faith, and that he will use everything for our good. So that song is just, it's a declaration of, in those times where it doesn't look positive and it doesn't look like it's going okay, to just declare and speak it over your life, and sing it over your life, that God's word is going to stand and it is all going to be okay. We just got to keep trusting.
Sure, that is so beautiful. I believe that I Trust You, the song is for someone this morning. I'm pretty sure they're going through something and they were like, God, I need a sign to know that you see me, to hear me. And I believe this song is definitely that for them today. Now, in the same breath, any projects or productions that we can look forward to this year? Maybe an EP, an album, I don't know.
I have so many other songs that I have written and not recorded yet. I'm hoping and praying that these songs do well enough that I can record more. But so yeah, my hope and my wish list is, yes, a whole nother album, which I have recorded on my voice memos currently. And yeah, but we will see what God does. Um, but there is the full album that all these 10 songs belong to, will be released in May, and there are two bonus tracks on it. But the bonus tracks are tracks that are on the album. They're just a little bit of a different version. So the one song called Play On, which is about my grandfather. He was a big musician, and it's all about just through the generations, and when hardships come, to keep playing on and not to give up. And the Play On version on the album next month has my children in it too, so they sing on the chorus. So it's just bringing in that generation of singing. So it's just, there are bonus tracks on the album like that, that just have a little bit of a difference, but not an entirely new song. But hopefully soon.
Yeah, fantastic. And maybe also a very young tour, in South Africa, when you're back in South Africa, maybe popping through on the 107.5 radio station and just, giving us I don't know, a session or something.
Oh, I'd love that. That would be amazing. Would love to do that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
fantastic. Awesome. Jenna, before I let you go, where can we download and stream your music and also follow your journey on the socials?
So on socials, I'm at Jenna Northwood on Instagram
Mhm.
and Facebook and all of them. And with regards to the music, it's available under my name, Jenna Northwood, on all music streaming platforms, Spotify, um, iTunes, Deezer, all of them, Tidal, and then the music videos are on YouTube.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, any words of encouragement as I'm about to play the song title I Trust You to our listeners, perhaps, before I let you go?
Well,
I'm so sorry to put you on the spot.
I love it. I love it. No, well, my prayer, and I often, one of my new little hobbies is, I've got a way I can go see if anyone's listening to my song at that moment. And one of my new little addictions is to go on there. And when I see certain people, well, I can't see who they are, but I see someone's listening, I always pray for that person. And my prayer for that person is that God is going to meet them where they're at, that they will feel not only his love and his peace, but the reassurance that he He never ever leaves us and will never ever forsake us. And he will work everything for our good, even when it looks like that's impossible. So he's the God of the possible. He makes everything impossible possible. And I just pray that when someone listens to my music, they feel that assurance from God, and he meets them where they are.
Sure. Thank you so much, Gina, for that. And I cannot wait to play I Trust You to our listeners this morning. All the very best. And do come back when you release more music, okay?
Thanks so much for having me
All
on.
right. Take
Cheers.
care. Fantastic. Right.